The Easter Bunny is a drug dealer. Barbara Williford here from East Texas. I hope everybody had an amazing, blessed, and happy Easter and weekend. If you are catching me live, drop what your favorite memory was this Easter in the comments below. If you are catching the replay, type replay. I loved that my kids were home for Easter and that we got to spend time with them. So that was wonderful. So back to the Easter Bunny, okay? So how many of you dipped into your kids' Easter basket over the weekend? Come on, raise your hand if you dipped into that Easter basket. You had some of the chocolate. You may have bitten off the ears or off the chocolate bunny. And how many of you are regretting that decision? I don't have little ones anymore, or at least till my grandbaby comes this fall. So the temptation to dip into the chocolate bunny and the candy-filled eggs wasn't that strong this year. But in the past, oh my goodness, especially those Cadbury eggs, those are of the devil. But you know, sugar has a way of sucking you in and taking hold of your life. And why is that? Does anybody know why? Drop that in the comments if you do. Long story short, research shows that sugar can be even more addicting than cocaine. Sugar activates the opiate receptors in our brain, and that affects the reward center, which leads to compulsive behavior, despite the negative consequences of weight gain, headaches, hormone imbalances, and everything else that goes along with sugar. In other words, sugar increases our dopamine, which causes us to feel good before that crash. And also, if we have an unhealthy gut, that bad yeast, that yes, a crazy beautiful cake. Oh, that's my problem too. I'm a baker and it's right there in front of me. Thanks for sharing, Kathy. But with our gut, if we do have too much of the bad bacteria, that bad bacteria actually feeds on sugar, so it's going to cause our body to crave more sugar. So type 1 in the comments below if this is new information to you. This is why it's so hard to kick the addiction. So with this addiction that's stronger than cocaine, how do we break the habit? How do you start? There are actually 3 simple ways to eat less sugar, and it actually starts with cleaning out the pantry. You need to start to reduce your sugar intake by dumping these 3 foods. 1, sodas, sweetened drinks, designer coffees. I went there. Yes. Much of the sugar we consume is not what we eat. It is what we drink from the drinks that we ingest. In fact, some of these healthy sounding beverages actually have more sugar in them than some of these sugary sodas. So stay away from sodas of all types, both sugared and sugar-free. Try a healthy flavored water instead and gradually wean yourself off of these sweetened drinks. I know in the South, a big one for us is our sweetened tea. That was the hardest one for me. You can try to add stevia powder in there as a sweetener substitute. Stay away from those artificial sweeteners. Those aren't good for you, but stevia is actually plant-based, and over time you can gradually decrease the amount that you put in water, coffee, or tea until you don't feel the need to have that sugar. So who's guilty of those sodas? Who loves their Cokes? Type sodas in the comments below. Okay, number 2, as Kathy and I mentioned at the front of the video, candies, pastries, frozen desserts, and your junk food. With my bakery, the cakes and and wanting to nibble on the scraps was my biggest weakness. So type cake in the comments below if you are right there with me. But check your ingredients. If you are eating processed food, there's a lot of hidden sugar in there. Avoid any food that contains more than 10 grams of sugar per serving. Now that's the key. Look at the serving. If you want to eat more than the amount listed on the label, you are going to take in more sugar than indicated. Also, be mindful of all these ingredients that end in ose: sucrose, fructose, lactose. All of those that end in ose is a sugar. Also, this one's new to me, agave nectar. I thought that was good for you. Honey, these are still sugars. So check your labels. Watch out for the hidden sugars. And number 3, fruit juices and juice drinks. You know, juices have a lot of vitamins and antioxidants, but they're also a source of fructose, and fructose overload will be a direct path to the body's fat. Juice cocktails and these children's juice boxes are actually only 10% juice, and the remaining product is high fructose corn syrup or some other manufactured sweetener that our body doesn't know what to do with. So check your labels and check your serving size. So we got all of those out of our pantries. Now what do? How do we curb the sugar cravings? So here's 3 tips. Number 1, when you're first starting out and you're wanting to decrease your intake of sugar or getting off sugar completely, eat enough small meals throughout the day. When you go long periods without food, your body goes into starvation mode, holding on to fat that's going to store. It's going to turn it into a craving center. Number 2, drink enough water. Your hypothalamus controls your appetite and your thirst, and sometimes you may get the two mixed up. So if you get those hunger pains, drink the water first and see if that satisfies you. And number 3, plan ahead. Know what you're going to eat throughout the day so you don't find yourself at the mercy of the break room or a vending machine, whatever's lying around, or a fast food restaurant. That was my downfall. That 3:00 p.m. hunger pain would hit me, and I would just eat anything I could get my hands on that was quick and fast. And now that I plan out my meals, I no longer have that 3:00 hunger attack, and I'm more conscious of healthy choices that I'm putting in my body. So I hope that you found value from this information. Remember that any change in your diet is going to take time and adjustment and patience and perseverance. But these small steps can help. They may not feel comfortable at first or normal at first, but after a few weeks, once you get past the sugar withdrawals, then you will be more conscious of the sugar that you're putting in your body. You'll have a lower sugar life and enjoying the benefits of a healthy diet and a healthy lifestyle. So if you know anybody that can benefit from this, tag them in the comments below or share this video, and I wish you the best of luck on your sugar-free journey, and you have an amazing evening. Thank you for watching.